Hello everybody, Justin Linder here, lpsfab.com. Haven't been on in a while. I've been pretty busy. It's early in the morning, still waking up. Been having to do a lot of the daily stuff around the shop and keep stuff rolling to try to keep money coming in the door. So I haven't had a ton of time to work on the Volkswagen stuff or film things. Doesn't mean I haven't been doing anything. Pulled the motor out of my car, so it's sitting there on a stand or on the hoist. The other motor is just about ready to go in, but like I said in some previous videos, I'm going to go through the transmission or a transmission that I have for it anyway. So I've kind of started trying to get my head wrapped around that. So that's a TDI transmission. But I am definitely going to film that. I'm not a transmission guy, so I'm going to fumble my way through it with you guys. So we'll see how that goes. But beyond that, I did finish up this really cool exhaust on this bike, titanium exhaust. Let me show that to you guys. So this is the bike. It's a customer's bike. It's an Aprilia SXV. I think it's like a 2004, 2005, something like that. I guess it's a pretty sought after supermoto. It's like one of the fastest supermotos they ever made, apparently. So anyway, this guy brought me this bike. He's spent like 15 grand putting it back together, rebuilding it all to how he wants it. Pretty neat bike. I'm not really a bike guy, but it's still pretty cool. But he wanted this exhaust made that kind of matched the factory contours, and he had this Aero muffler already. Which was just a single outlet. I think it was like a center feed outlet that he didn't really like. So what he wanted was something like that. So hopefully you guys can see that. It's not too dark under there. So the whole exhaust is titanium. He had brought me this little collector that was off of like a bike that had gotten wrecked. So I reused that. I welded it to the muffler. And then I made these rear sections. The tips are slash cut and actually tapered. And then so it's all tie. And then all this is section pie cut stuff. And then I redid the little exhaust spring clamps there, and it slip fits into the collector. And then they have these little mounts over here that don't have bolts in them yet, but just to help, keep everything rigid. So anyway, I thought that turned out pretty rad. Looks pretty freaking cool on there. So yeah, I was hoping to kind of film some of that stuff, but I've just been hurrying with everything so much that I haven't had time to kind of slow down and film things. I apologize about that, but I gotta do what it takes to keep this place going and keep money coming in the door. So anyway, just wanted to kind of update you guys. There's the car. I got the engine bay pretty cleaned out. It was really oily from oil leaks, and I had breathers coming out of the motor with no catch can, so they were just kind of dumping oil everywhere, and the motor was pretty tired, so it was bypassing quite a bit of oil. But we're getting there. So I don't think you guys really needed to see how to pull a motor out of a car. You can look that up anywhere. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to kind of keep you guys updated a little bit. I am gonna start going through this transmission as soon as I get a chance, and I'll film all that and we'll fumble our way through that. I've been kind of watching some other videos and reading some stuff online about it. It seems pretty straightforward. Also, I got this since we're on the budget build deal, right? Besides the fancy turbo and engine management I have. I got this OBX LSD for this tranny. I'm just gonna leave that in the box. So I've heard that from doing some reading and stuff that they're okay, but they require some machining on some part of them to make them work. We have the technology to do that, so we're going to do that, and then get that in that tranny, check out all the synchros, put some new bearings and seals in it, just for shits and giggles, and then slap that sucker back in there. So the only things I'm really doing to the transmission are the differential. I've got the ARP differential bolts coming, and then I've got one of the pinion support brackets that goes inside the bell housing to help support that pinion bearing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the cases really well, and I'm actually going to epoxy that in so it gives it a little extra support. Some guys try to weld them. I don't really like that idea since you're basically welding right on a bearing diameter. So I don't think I like that. So a lot of people just bolt them in and call it good enough. But I would like to, actually have that thing do some supporting of that bearing journal. So I think like a good heavy grade epoxy kind of pressed in there might be a good way to go. So anyway, I'm still thinking about that, but I will get back with you guys when I'm ready to start tearing into that thing. And I've got actually I've got a good 5-speed close ratio box over there, down on the floor over there, and I've got a TDI box with a blown up diff. So if I need parts, I should be able to get most parts out of that. And I did get a brand new bearing set coming for the transmission and new seals. So as long as I don't have any synchro issues that I need to buy, it should be a tear it down, clean everything up, and put it back together kind of deal. So we'll get there when we get there, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.